The players we're talking about today, I have no idea why nobody is talking about these guys to be stashed on your Dynasty roster for 2025. These players today, they're guys that no one has any interest in, except for me. If you're in a deep league, a semi-deep league, you're not going to want to miss this. These guys can help you win. Maybe not this year, maybe this year, but these guys will be good Dynasty stashes. The first name we got to talk about, we got to find him. These guys, listen, they're scroll down the rankings, and honestly, he's not even on the website. He's not even on the website. That's how low he is. It's Mr. Rocket Man himself, Raheem Sanders. So Raheem Sanders is a running back the Chargers got, undrafted free agent. He was projected to maybe, just maybe, sneak through and get drafted. He didn't. Undrafted, RB3 at best on the Chargers roster. Guess what? Najee Harris, he shot himself in the eye with a firework. You're gone, buddy. Can Raheem Sanders get the RB2 snaps in training camp? Sadly, Chargers training camp open, and at the time of recording this, Raheem Sanders is nowhere to be seen at training camp. Concerning? Maybe. Why? Raheem Sanders, he profiles out as a solid rusher. The problem is, he had a pretty solid freshman season in college. Sophomore year, this guy was insane. And then sophomore year, I'm pulling up his stats right now. Wham, bam, Nicky, ma'am. 1,400 rushing yards, 300 receiving yards. He was insane. And then, bam! Insane shoulder injury, very bad shoulder injury. Had to get the later jet, whatever the hell that means. Some weird, very vigorous shoulder surgery that requires a hard rehab. He hit rehab hard, comes back in his final season, puts up 800 rushing yards, another 200 receiving yards. So he bounces back in a decent way, but he's not at practice, which is concerning. Raheem Sanders profiles as somebody that can be the RB2 on the Chargers. Now listen, he's not going to be the RB1. You're not going to have the undrafted guy leapfrog ahead of Omarion Hampton, who they just took in the round, a very high draft capital prospect, and he's not even close to sniffing Omarion Hampton. Now, Najee Harris, old, washed, maybe not as explosive. Raheem Sanders could be somebody that leapfrogs Najee for RB2 by the end of the year, which is why he should be somebody stashed on your roster, and he has a bit more receiving upside than Najee as well. The second name, and this guy is going to be on the website, you have LeQuint Allen barely making it on. He's ranked 289 on the website. Now, the reason I like LeQuint Allen, the coaching staff comes out, they say, a new coaching staff, they come out, they say, listen, he can play a bit of slot. What position are we on? Oh, we're on running back. So we're on running back, and you already are hearing rumbling that he can play slot wide receiver. Now, LeQuint Allen does not profile as a rushing back. They already have Bashal Tuden, they already have ETN, they already have Tank Bigsby. Tank Bigsby, Bashal Tuden, those are going to be the rushers in my eyes. ETN has a bit more receiving upside, but how long is Travis Etienne? Maybe ETN stays like they're saying in 2025, but how long will ETN, his tenure, how long will it actually be with this new look Jacksonville Jaguar staff? They don't have any loyalty to this guy whatsoever. Looking at who this LeQuint Allen guy is, he is solid, ladies and gentlemen. This is a very solid profile. He had 1,000 rushing yards in 2023, another 1,000 in 2024. Oh, and in 2024, he had 520 receiving yards. That is unreal. He profiles out as a very good passing option, a passing back, a blocking back. He's going to find his way onto the field sooner rather than later. Whether it's third down or passing, downs only, that's fine. The PPR upside is there almost immediately. Now, he is buried on the depth chart. That's the problem here, and that's the problem you're going to get. LeQuint Allen, at least, was not undrafted. He was a round 7 selection with the Jags, and he's behind Tuden, behind Bigsby, behind ETN, and I don't see a world in which LeQuint Allen can find his way onto the field over those guys. He might have the best pass-catching ability out of those three, but ETN is going to be on the field before LeQuint Allen, even if ETN's pass-catching skills might not be as good. He's got to prove it. So this is somebody where he's going to be a major person to watch throughout preseason. Preseason games might not be exciting. You're going to want to watch LeQuint Allen. If LeQuint Allen has an insanely good receiving preseason, I think we could see him on the field as soon as the season. If not, there's a world in which he comes out next year, ETN's gone, and now LeQuint Allen is the main receiving option running back for this Jaguars offense, which actually has two pretty good wide receivers, Travis Hunter, Brian Thomas Jr. They could get some red zone work as well. So this is not necessarily a bottom 5 offense in the league. So LeQuint Allen, somebody to keep an eye on. Name number 3, and this is the final rookie. Then we go to an actual player. We got to go to a tight end. We're going to Terrence Ferguson. Now, Terrence Ferguson, people are talking a bit about him, but he is going undrafted in a lot of redraft leagues, best ball leagues, etc. Now, in Dynasty leagues, you have him coming in at a ranking of 135, so obviously he is getting drafted. I'm not going to lie. I actually like Mason Taylor a bit more than Terrence Ferguson. I actually like Harold Fannin way more than where he's currently ranked. So Terrence Ferguson might be my least favorite out of the three. I think he's a bit overvalued, to be honest. Looking at his stats, like Terrence Ferguson, he never had over 500 receiving yards. Like looking at it, he had 591 in his final season, so he was trending up. He had 43 receptions, 591 receiving yards, and his best season ever in touchdowns was 6 touchdowns in his second to last year. The main thing here is he's attached to one of the best quarterbacks of all time in Matthew Stafford. Tyler Higbee is in the final year of his deal. He's probably not going to contribute right away. Ferguson's probably not going to contribute right away this year. He's probably going to be somebody that I think you can have a sliding value. Maybe Ferguson slides down from 135 maybe to like 155 by the end of the year if Higbee's producing, which I think Higbee will produce this year. Coming back from the injury, he looked good in the playoffs. And then Higbee's going to be phased out next season. He might not get re-signed. Then you have Terrence Ferguson. You'll be adding him on your roster. We've seen this a lot where tight ends come in and maybe like Ben Sinnott. They come in, they don't contribute immediately, and they're like the only position group where you can wait a couple of years and they'll still retain their value. Like just because they don't contribute the first 3 years of the career doesn't necessarily mean they're bad. We're going to stay out with Ben Sinnott soon. Zach Ertz, 1-year deal. We have Ben Sinnott who's going to then contribute once Ertz leaves. I think the Terrence Ferguson, Tyler Higbee situation will be very, very similar. So let's see how the Zach Ertz Commander situation plays out, and we'll have better clarity on Terrence Ferguson. I do like Taylor. I do like Fannin. The final name, and we're not necessarily looking at rookies anymore. Start scrolling, baby. We're looking for a guy on the Buffalo Bills who's 25 years old and not really getting any love. I don't really know where he's going to be ranked. I mean, wow, 240s. Like, let's see. Where is the guy? Joshua Palmer. Is he on here? There he is. 246. Wow. Josh Palmer. Now, I know he's not Jamar Chase, but Josh Palmer, he's only in his 5th season in the league. And if we look at his best year, looking like it was 2022, 81% snap share. He had a wide receiver 41 finish. His yards per hour run has gotten better every year of his career. And what I'm excited about now is he's with the Josh Allen, one of the best quarterbacks he's going to have in his career. Sure, Herbert was very solid, but Josh Allen, he's going to schematically fit Joshua Palmer's type. Josh Palmer, big body wide receiver, stretch the field deep, and catch the red zone target. So he's going to be more involved in the red zone. You can see Josh Palmer's receiving touchdown rate has been very poor throughout his career. I think Josh Palmer at 25 years old is going to take a step forward. You can get him for a bag of beans. Like this guy is very, very easily tradable for right now in your Dynasty leagues. Just put out some feelers. You can trade like a 5th round pick for this guy, and you're likely to get a deal done because he hasn't contributed throughout his career up to this point. His competition is Keon Coleman, Dalton Kincaid, Khalil Shakir, who's a completely different receiver. So Josh Palmer is going to be a new contributing option for Josh Allen. And they signed him to a 3-year, I think it was like $39 million deal. So he has the money. They're not going to be able to part way with it. They have to find a way to get him involved. And I think they will. Now, I'm not saying Josh Palmer is going to have 16 points per game on average. I'm saying Josh Palmer can come out and he can average 12 PPR points per game. And you're getting a solid like bench/flex option for a bag of peanuts. So Josh Palmer might be my favorite name in this video. I do like Quint Allen, probably my second favorite name with the receiving upside. Those are 4 guys, Dynasty, being undervalued. You can stash them, see what happens. Smash all like button, smash the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.